Here we go. Match number 3 back on Orango. This actually, I like this. Different. Throwing it out. Making it a bit different. Mix and match. Kicking off with a Miramar followed by kicking off with an Orango followed by a Miramar. Then back to an Orango. Quite like it. Zone shift though doesn't like us because, or the flight path is a northeast down towards the south west. Actually worse than the game number 1. If I'm honest, with you, same style of flight path, but worse. Very, very, very shallow for the sort of southeast corner. Does that mean we are going to see another southeast plane path to zone number 1? I'll be keen. Might get a milli, might even get a crazy one, as it might push itself out towards that centralized. We do know Orango, though, smaller map, able to get yourself in a bit better. We know the rotation's a bit more tighter. But one thing that is a curveball, 18 teams, 77 people are up on the clock at the moment. Our coaches now go down and out. And we should have the zone in 10 seconds and less. MTB though and Twisted Minds are extended over. This is where we're saying about seeing these cars. The teams will hit the cars and go back to the loot zone. They can take the one. They will work their way back. Zone though, Military Island it is. It'll be a hard shift. You kind of think FaZe, leave the coach in. Let him play, he's there. So Polish Power extending themselves down to military already. Vorpal saw this is their drop zone. So Polish Power be fully aware that it could be down here. They're extending themselves a little bit further down though. Interesting. So they might get caught because Vorpal Sword normally stay in and around. So be worrying if Polish Power extend all the way down and maybe come for these southern compounds, expecting Vorpal Sword not quite to be here. Question is, will you see their car rotation? I don't think he is. He's in. You've seen him now. Pretty sure he's seen that car. So Polish Power push themselves in on the compound. Do you know what? He hasn't seen the car. What's that getting away without them slightly? I don't know if they know the level of danger here. Definitely not. Picks up one. Vorpal Sword are extending themselves down. Now the others have spread themselves out. So a bit of a one-on-one now in the compound. Vorpal Sword leaving Millie. Actually, like I said, they're turning back. So they know that's their call. Not quite to do a 2-2. BBL over. He's now extend quickly over that East Ham Bridge. And Winnell died in the same on the west. So nice early rotations with 3 minutes up on the clock. I definitely would say one of the best teams was Liquid for me for the rotation speed. They would hit back to Chinky, but they were gone so quick that teams were looting around the sort of 12 stacks and the West Ham Bridge. Just even though you knew they were very quick, you just weren't getting there quick enough. But I'm taking the aggressive approach. Clearly didn't catch. I thought Dominator saw him. I thought caught that last little glimmer of that car crossing over. Vorpal Sword obviously with their individual player here. You kind of think they might extend over. FaZe though. Oh, aggressive play. Nailed out. Didn't quite run into the nade as they wanted to. Polish Power in a little bit of a mare. Nade's going upstairs. Uzi in hand. Oh, unlucky. Doesn't quite get him down as he needs to. Flash over the top. Aggressive action here from FaZe after picking up the Polish Power team. Oh, whoa! How's he got away with that? He went him over as well. Oh, Polish Power all send on the scrims. So, obviously, the least Polish Power is getting the right team. Twisted Minds decided to knock themselves. Stardust come over from the boat here, Donkeys, and after all, following. AO already here. Alan Oil should be watching out for the boats rotating him. right the way around. We're going to see the full chase, the full gunshots coming down. These teams here are going to try and rotate around for that, I suppose, that east-hand side. Maybe try and get around to the southeast, try and find a compound in and work your way up, right? And Tropic get win or die. You won't see any fighting above this line here. This line is part of that new rule set. They can only fight down the sort of bottom side here, so you get little fights around the bridges, but you won't see any teams higher up. That's why I'm not keeping an eye on these teams. I won't really clash and fight that early on. Monkeys have come up, they've come up as well as that head section. After all, I've seen them now. They've made the initial shot, so expect Stardust will be looking back now. Maybe focusing their attention back on this water side. Yes, PLH having a little girl loot up. Don't think actually knows the full squad behind him. Does know now though. Donkeys flush it quick as well. Hobart tucked in nicely, very quick as well. BBL rotating past one, past two. Dante gets a knock. Was a clean rotation by the time they came early, but the adjacent team just get caught. A late rotation there. They are high ground. Distant Mines also go high. Owl not quite across just yet. MTV looking for the same as well. Don't forget we've got Solo, Ooga Booga, Exaltation, EXN. They got to try and come in as well. There is a lot of water still remains in that south side. That phase 1, phase 2 push. That north side looks a bit more tempting, but round 2 still going to be a bit random. So wait and see. Let us play away. Full sword. I still can't get my poach, but I love it. I love that gameplay. MTB needs to come over. Oh, Bridgie. He's getting a knock here. Gets one. Seen the player. Great knock. Secondary knock there. Distant Mines picking apart the bridge camp nicely. Now quite late coming over. Players here. There's that second confirm. The car did turn around, so Distant Mines know the adjacent players are here. Trying to go under. It's what I really like about the addition with the bridge, with the metal railings. Yeah, you can be creative underneath, you can be creative on it as well. So, like, I wasn't a fan at the very, very beginning when this bridge came out. I know it's been here for a while, but now you're seeing teams get more natural with it. We're seeing a lot more different styles of play. APAC put cars up on the ramps, like, it's just insane. Right, I can hear the Twisted Mind team now pushing in. It's like their new logo as well. Twisted Minds be eager to take the aggression here. Lou, I'm talking about creative, looking at the footsteps. Trying to get his ankles, biting at them like a little dog. Gotta be cautious. Oh, just comes out in time. Love the ankle shots. Little Yorkshire Terrier. This is why, again, this is what I'm talking about. This is why, you've got to be creative. Oh, Sparrow gets a nade. As it's up over the top now. Again, just quite missing. As I confirm. I think the guys are now Pinter. Sparrow. Gets the body, stop the movement. Now getting the shots on the ankles. Got nowhere else to go. Here comes the finish up. There it goes. Just in mind, take it how. Lots of early action. Phase though pushing itself back. Collins goes down as well. So we're going to take a long distance shot over. Arsenal needs to work their way in. Donkeys row back quite quickly. They go for that south side. MTB now get in. On the adjacent side. I think they took public transport. No, 90% sure they took their own boat. They parked it nicely as well. Remember the carbon footprint lads on PUBG. Booga Booga still on the outside. So is Solo waiting for it to confirm. Now, Booga Booga would have heard all the gunshots from rattling from the other side of the bridge. So I think they're going to try and leave it as late as possible. It is early. So they should be able to get away from it. Question mark getting knocked though. Win or die. He have pushed themselves to this little compound on the southwest corner. Versus clearing the deck. Just in mind, they want to try and work their way in. Will die get the res? $16 teams. 2 of them are still out. Quite far zone after all. And Twisted Minds are another 2 which are closer. So 4 teams not in zone. 58 players remain. We're just going to hit 12 minutes on the clock. So, still a lot to play with. Time ways. And it is round number 3. Interesting position. We've still got a lot of water now, so it has to leave that water. Purple Sword, who gave up the military drop, has been taken by Entropic. Recently, we've had a lot of military actual zone endings. Just out where we're looking at the moment, where Ibis is, but it's hard. You've got to get the U2 up, right? I was stacking up with 9 smokes there. Entropic are waiting for hopefully a pullback towards military. There you go, high grounds. Just keen to see, like, it's starting to stack this side, and that's without Ooga Booga coming over, right? Solo the same. Are they on public? Love to see it. Public transport always glitches out. Any standard public transport in real life. Just reminds me of playing in as well. Stardust already here. Might try and catch the shots going through. He gets Lou. Oh, doesn't quite get the second. And Twisted Minds going for a full send now. 2 up. How far do you go? With little to no information of this side. EXN lose 1. And zone shift, so the advantage players that are in the vehicles, they can push themselves back in towards that military now. Plays on the outside. Looks like they are shifting back now, so they're expecting that shift back. So they're going in. Navi taking the shots at Twisted Minds as well. Spyro being a bit of a bouncing ball for shots, and he goes down. Twisted Minds going aggressive. Got to go for it. Gets the flush. And unfortunate though, Twisted Mind losing the numbers coming in. And now look, all the teams are halfway down on Millie. This is going to be hectic. 16 teams. Going to have to try and phase away. As I say, 15 teams. Ooga Booga got this wonderful. We normally see Navi hanging up here. So Ooga Booga have got a free roam in. Will we see our AO team maybe wrap around the top side? Will we see Arsenal do the same? Donkeys should hold that southeast corner. Vorpal Sword, no need for them to go just yet. EBL pushed themselves on the outside. Twisted Minds, obviously, we just watched and was a bit of an extend in. Entropic will try and hold out on that west side now. That's a question mark. Need to get in also. They continue to go around. It will give a total sign that they are playing north, and you'd hope that as Oxo is further around. Fox just looks like spun round. EXN, AA all fighting for the southeast corner. It is going to be a south section fight here. We're going to see a lot of teams now go quickly, I feel. unless you get those teams spot them and push around, push back out type of thing. Booga Booga just needs to hold. They need to stop any team playing in and advance down to this corner here. Stardust 2 are already here. Cars rotating in. Monkeys who, again, on that southeast corner, being quite aggressive and trying to chip away with the zone. It's going off here. Picked one. XM first kill on the board for them. Zoom is down, unfortunately. They are chasing blue, and as gunshots are a target. Fuzzface hits the leak for ones. Maybe trying to stop these guys now coming in, but hasn't got the angle. Question mark, who are trying to find a way in. Oh, he didn't reload. It's phase 3, so Doozy's got to try and stick a med on it. Does have to cover. One will die. Put their car to a little bit more safety. There comes that midi. So we are getting a midi ending. Decent. It's been a while, I'll be honest. It has been a while for me. I normally get the south or the west. If you guys buy Elite Esports EU, you are guaranteed a west military ending. No, not anymore. So, question mark got a little wet. So they've got his car park in front, and Tropic won't want to stop these guys. Will want to stop these guys coming in, so they won't drop the ball. They won't leave this area. They'll wait to the very, very last minute. I'm just a bit worried that Ivis is a bit further out. So if he wants to extend back, does he get caught maybe by a stack up here from question mark? He's got to really be reliant now on Naylor, who is pushing out to try and cover that angle. And it's that open ground they just want to try and catch. We know question mark have to come over. They're not going to stay at that north side of this road. So this is the kill zone. This is the kill box that Entropic want to entice the question mark team in. But unfortunately, as I clicked the wrong player, that's what you don't need. Ivis though does get tabbed. Naylor though has to step up, get this knock here. Does get one. That might be able to slow down the push here. QB will have to try and tighten up, maybe get the res on Ivis, but hoping the guys need to get going quickly. Lucky for them though, Luke Rocks, as you can see, is on the high ground, so got some wonderful shots down on the team. You remember, Doozy is not here, so Over's on the push now as he wants to try and go forward. Nail it. Trying to relieve the pressure. Util is coming through thick and half. Nail it kind of runs into a little bit of that, gets some splash damage, missing Hoba. Goes good, catches one. Puts him down for a one shot. Really, really unlucky. I would have to just stop the push now and the momentum. First though, have gone back. Look at this, will not die though. They might be able to get the third party. They'll just stop in that dip, get there. And they might just cause any damage. Question mark, wrap around. Millisad. Be backed away. Their ball confirmed. It's down to Big Crux now, who is sitting high. Have to try and stop on a very, very tight angle. AA though has got AA. Oh, let's go. I love that tactical flash both sides there from question mark. Executed to perfection. See, now dig up QB who has ramps. Back. Running straight from those nades. Estimate they've gone a little bit further. Quite like this, very tactical between Entropic here and question mark. Both have very, very strengths to be looking at. The Crux though is on the hold. Zone shifted a little bit further away. There you go. That's this is going to be the problem. Question mark though, getting tapped in the back. Entropic isolate as best they can. Over. Seeing that player. One of the car. It's never going to win great. You got win or die on your back. They also need to get in. They got to pick themselves up. A's right back in the centre now zone as it has come back down. They are holding a corner apiece now. I personally like the air traffic control. ATV. There you go. Again, put the X-ray on. Trying to get out. Final player. 3 kills on. Another knock. Nade. Hey, oh. There you go. 10th place. We could see who have been controlling themselves down. They didn't quite conquer into that section. And Stardust, though, will now try and hold out. They've got to leave the doctor's surgery and play in. Bit of a clash now. Donkeys come in on the top. He gets one. That's the repeat for it, though. Grenade goes up. Puts him down on a one shot here. Wow, that is disgusting. The amount of U2 goes straight into the middle. Fuzzface aggressively playing. Beaming his last. That is just... That's quick. Aggressive. Donkeys aggressive. Entropic though, I'll pull themselves back in towards zone. There's a bit of open ground. Do you think they might want to try and get themselves on towards that missile silo after? That'd be the next game plan. 7-6-2. Second, the shot squad goes in underneath. BBL want to try and work their way in as well. Smokes out. This is, I said, this is all about util. Mainly smokes on the end. Barrage of smokes. It's like mortar strikes. Look at them. Jeez Louise. That might be alright. I think it's unfortunate here. Okay, so BBL now closest. You might see Entropic trying to try and play here, and BBL the same, because that's their next play. Phase super spread, but will be causing a massive amounts of damage. The BBL, wait, this is about timing now. These two teams are going to play for this section at the same time. BBL has a car, so they can block, and there are some dips that you can put yourself into, but it's going to really force these teams. Look like Entropic don't want to go for it. And they're looking at their options maybe to go further around. There is a few things, like we do see teams play the military island sign is not great, and then obviously you've got these dips, but you have to lay really, really low if they're going to try and play in this north side. Stardust though want to come in that northeast corner. They've got the little silos that have sunk into the ground, and Gustav is going to be a guy going to try and hold this. Vex also be able to swing some shots over to this side also. I just think Donkeys have got a clean pass. If they can keep the U2 up. Donkeys used to be aggressive. We've seen them be aggressive on a 4-man. If they figure out it's a 1, it's just crazy. I actually really like these mind games that people play now. See, they're jumping up over. One's gone down. Duck into the corner. Well. Eventually going down and out. Vorpal's sword refusing to go down on their sword. It's going to happen. BBL have moved across here early doors. I'm talking about, so they've had to push over. They've got the car, so they've got a bit more better cover, but that car has gone, so it's not going to be too much help anymore. Drop it though on the adjacent side. So both of these teams want to try and keep the south and north side of their missile silo clear. Maybe I was actually pushed back. Is he trying to get an angle here? This is where they're going to burn through their smokes. They're going to need it on the next one. Hey, store and challenge. Everyone's just hitting on the outside. Oh, that's having a look at our Donkeys. BBL now, because they've got to defend this line. They can't lose the fight here with Donkeys. shifting in. So, phase magnetising up as the zone will shift in. Don't get phased out. He's sitting top spot. Because mine's on the same chase pattern as them, but they're already out. So, it's a heavy shift though. Entropic have done the right thing. They've extended early doors. BBL now trying to work their way out. Try and get themselves in now. Need to have a look. Phase don't go for a 2-2 to actually give it the top side. So now trying to hold more centre. Might end up hit around the middle here. Here goes the crash. Crash on multiple sides. Oh, just clicked on it like 2 seconds after. They knew it. That's why they extended out for a 2. Tropic got the pass in. Stardust also kind of get a little bit of a free pass in as well. They leave this section in towards the corner. 4 up though for them. FaZe also got the 4 up as well. 9 kills on the board. FaZe are on fire so far. Donkey's aggressive. They're going to go. I can't even click on them in time. Just get folded like origami. Got caught on zone. It's a bit of a dog-dog battle now. I think this is about who keeps a level head now. Entropic seems to be the focus of attention now. Stardust, they do play in this north side. They want to play all the way across here. Entropic needs to make sure they don't get sandwiched. Stardust, though, do work their way in as that smoke clears. So we don't want to just get closed up here. Oh, that is going to draw. Whoever FaZe 762 is, I don't know. So, like, you lot can keep speculating in chat, that's what I'm going to say. But yes, I can say, I think Clib is in the other lobby, I believe. So definitely not Clib. FaZe though, just got the zone. 11 kills here. This is horrid. So it's phase 8. We'll go to the dot. The dot, I think the dot's going to be kind of middle. Maybe just in that bottom segment, right? Oh, you don't want to get knocked there. Here comes Util. Ivis though, trying to stack up as much as he can. Oh, that little ramp nearly done him. Okay, so bigger picture, if we dare to talk about it. It's the warehouse in military, right? Horrible anyway. When that battling in fights, Entropic play back to that warehouse to go get the res on. Now, yeah, you got to think from Entropic's point of view. If we just bring the map up a little bit, they're on the outside, right? We're not just going to go to the dot. Now, they don't need to push in, but if Stardust play in towards Dragon Pump, so they go down towards the bottom side, centralize themselves up for the middle, Entropic could maybe, if they time it right, wrap themselves in. Entropic don't need to push in just yet, but they've got 2 options. 762 down the bottom of our screen is the one that's going to cause them some issues, because the moment they come round, it's going to be horrible. I think we're going to see a bit of a bloodbath in the middle. I fear Entropic play through and they don't need to, but they might get baited into some shots. And Stardust also have the option to push round, right? There we go. Goes a lot. So let's swing this way. Let me swing the camera this way. Yes, they haven't gone through the middle, right? So that's going to force Stardust into a fight. Entropic though want to try and play in. Christophe puts himself on the outside. Using the vehicle. Nice. Don't extend over. Oh, that nade hits the fence. That second nade, though, does some damage. X-ray up. Lucrox, though, jumps out. Shotgun. They go aggressive now for this top side. It's going to be a bloodbath. Surely, Stardust. They're waiting for the zone to go down. That's the bloodbath we're going to see in a second. They are holding the front line. This is horrible. Oh! The shadow of the Stardust player comes rolling out the smoke. Dragon Public comes forward. The zone will push them out faster than I believe in Tropic as they wrap themselves round. A little bit of a heads and tails on the other side. And Tropic now run out of cover. There's 1, 2. They're going down pretty quick. FaZe clutching this one up. That's a FaZe win. Gee Louise. GG's FaZe. 18 kill, 28 point game right there, people. That is a disgusting back to back, baby. FaZe, though, first round number 2, match number 2, Miramar. They hit the leaderboard high. 18 kills, 3 on damage this time with 9 assists. And obviously, game number 3, they're up there as well. Let's look at the rest of the leaderboard, though. In Tropic, though, unfortunately, they get caught out slightly. They actually pushed themselves around. For me, I thought they were going to stay on that sort of north side of the 80 and then push their way in. As there's no cover on that side, and they eventually ended up, and one player pushing themselves in the cover, causing huge amounts of damage. Stardust, though, 3 kills for them. Very quiet for their neck of the woods.